why are they leaving YouTube? MatPat, Jordy from Cinecom, Matty Apoja, or however you pronounce the name, Leon Hendricks, Tom Scott, and Stampy a few months ago. And to a lesser extent, Matt Diavella and Ali Abdal are taking a new direction. Now later in this video, I will tell you why I think one of these totally nailed it and took the best approach. But before that, I'm Kay, I'm the Human Tube or the Human Algorithm if you wish. And my goal with this channel is to just show you a different side of YouTube on a more human and organic level. Now falling back on the topic, I've been through the comment sections of these goodbye videos and come on guys, come on. This is not the end of the world. Now I don't want to minimize the pain they are going through because the pain is real, but let's put things into perspectives. These are basically millionaires that are having dilemmas with their content creation platform. But if you look through these comments, some of the comments are like someone just literally died. Now let's put this into perspective with this. These 4 kids are living alone with no food and in awful conditions. Now I bet you a coffee that they would love to be faced with the same dilemmas those content creators are facing right now. Now with this little clarification out of the way, just to put things into perspective. But nevertheless, the pain these content creators are going through is real and I don't want to minimize it. And I know this because I'm also a content creator. I have another YouTube channel because obviously this one is so small. It's the first video and maybe it's only me watching and I don't know, someone from my family, but you get the point. I have a main channel. I have like almost 25K subs, which is tiny, but it's in a niche market. That channel gave me an opportunity to work for a bigger channel where I'm also a content creator. And basically, I take all of that experience and when I look at all those big YouTubers just quitting YouTube in just a matter of days or weeks, my take on it is as follows. And the first issue is that as a content creator, your life gets affected depending on 2 scenarios. The first scenario is when your income depends directly on the channel's revenue. AdSense, for the most part, that's the hardest spot to be in. Now, most content creators, they diversify the income, they have sponsorship, brand deals, yada, yada, yada. Come on, man. So I'm just trying to record this video and they are literally like construction workers. They're passing those big pipes, you know, and it's like, I don't know if you know the Smurfs, like the comic strip. It's like all those little, because from here, you know, I'm on a very high floor. From here, I see all those tiny human beings like passing metal pipes. It looks like a game, but a game that's not funny when you're trying to record a video. It looks like they're gonna let me record this video after all. I'm so thankful. So, as I was saying, and creators in this scenario are faced with several issues. The first one is that they need to make content that they don't necessarily want to create. And I know this because on my main channel, the videos that I really love to make and put a lot of time, YouTube just won't recommend it. But there's one type of video. If I make those videos, I know, even before I make the video, I know I'm gonna get views. So at one point I was doing that. A lot of these videos and I was, starting to get good revenue, good income out of it. But I don't know how they do it. Those creators that do the same video over and over again, like every couple of days, it's basically the same video as last week. They won't even change the title for some reason or just, one word. And it's exactly almost the same video over and over again. I mean, for my own mental sanity, I couldn't do it. And those big content creators, over 1 million subs, usually they have to do this. Not all of them, but a lot of them. The next thing in that scenario is that you get punished when you don't upload. So that puts pressure on you. So those creators, they have to constantly upload. I think it was Tom Scott who said that in 10 years, he never missed a video. Don't quote me on that. But that's what I remember from this goodbye video. And if you're not a content creator, you might not understand, but the pressure you get, even when you're sick and you're not going to publish, you get that pressure because you're going to get punished. The next issue that content creators face in that scenario is that in order to be come on, man. Okay, I think that YouTube secretly paid those workers because they don't want this video to be out. Yeah, and that's not a conspiracy. I have to film this. Because now they went with another type, you know. I thought they were packing and leaving, but no, there's some bigger pipes. A man needs hope. So let's hope. Now, the next issue in this scenario is that in order to be sustainable, content creators are going to have to accept brand deals, sponsorships, and they're supposed to talk about products that sometimes they like and sometimes they don't. They didn't even know the product, and sometimes they can't really say what they think about the product, otherwise they won't get deals in the future. So this is where kind of like the game is rigged, but it puts a lot of pressure also on the content creator because they have pressure to their audience, pressure for themselves, pressure for the company they're working with. Next, still in that scenario, in order to be sustainable, most of the time, those content creators have to grow. So they hire one person, then two, three, and before they know, they have a big team. And it puts financial pressure on them because now they need to pay those salaries, which enhances the other problems I just talked about. And because of all that pressure, they work more than they should. They're like workaholics. And it can affect also their family, but we'll talk about that later in that video. Now, the second scenario, which sounds like the ideal scenario, is when your income doesn't directly depend on the YouTube channel. What I mean by that is you don't solely make your money from AdSense from YouTube. Like maybe you have a business and the YouTube channel is just on the side, just as a support to your business, or maybe it's just a passion channel and you don't even care about the revenue side of things. And the advantages are many. And the first one is that you get to publish what you want. You don't really care about the views, the money. Of course, every creator wants some views. Everyone that makes a video hopes that somebody's going to watch the video. But that being said, if you have the freedom to say what you want to say because you don't depend on the AdSense revenue, then that freedom is priceless. Next, you can publish whenever you want. Even if you get punished, you don't really care because it's not going to affect your revenue. So if you want to publish once a month or if you want to go 2 months on the holidays, you don't really care. And once again, that is priceless when you're a content creator on YouTube. Now there's a dog or something or a demon outside. Next, you don't have to take brand deals or sponsorships if you don't want to. So on my main channel, for example, almost 25K subs, I never accepted deals or sponsorships. All I did was affiliate because there's some products that I truly love and use and pay with my own money. And I shared that with my audience. I made money in return and I was completely transparent about it. But you know, when you see those videos like, oh yeah, by the way, I've been offered this product or this camera, but these are my own opinions and you know, I can say whatever I want. Yeah. And I'm 5 years old and I believe in Santa. No, I don't. So of course, when you're going to get a camera from Sony, for example, you really think that you're going to shoot yourself in the foot by saying bad things? No, because you know, the next time, if you want to get that camera beforehand, before everybody has a camera, you have to say nice things. So the game is rigged. And that's why this channel is here for. Let's make YouTube great again. Yes, I said it. And the next advantage is about teams. So first of all, if it's a passion project, you don't need a team. You don't need to grow. Just keep things simple. Your life will be better for it. And if you're a company, then it's not an issue. Even if you have a big team of content creators, there's no issue because you're already a company. You already have processes for your other staff members and it's already set. So this is just another division in your company and you're just going to apply some processes. So it's easily manageable. Whereas for a content creator that starts on his own and that is not a manager at core, when they grow a team, they literally leave the creator world to enter the management world. And these are two different things. Creativity and management are so different. And that's one of the issues that those big content creators are facing. They came into this game because they love creating content for the most part, for most of them. But then it becomes like a very boring job where they have to manage people and deal with people drama and all of that. And they cannot even take pleasure in creating videos anymore because they know the dramas that's going to happen. Oh, the editor doesn't like the content writer and they're going to fight. And if we don't get the views that we're supposed to have, they're all going to blame each other. So while you're recording the video, you're already thinking about that. And that's a lot of pressure. And that brings me to the second issue. What started as a passion becomes a nightmare. Those creators were probably so excited to create new videos week after week, but after a little while when they got famous and they grew the team and everything, what was a passion now feels like, when you just come back from Ibiza on your annual leave and you come back to, cold country, like cold city like Stockholm in the freezing winter, and the first day back at work, Monday morning, you open your mailbox, we have 283 emails. That's what it feels like for them now, every time they have to record a video. And let me give you an analogy. I love football. Some people call it soccer. I'm not going to blame them. I love football. And in the football world, in the professional world, there's two types of players. Some players openly say now, hey, this for me is just a job. I like football, but for me, it's just a job. When I go back home, I don't want to think about football. I have family, I have my games, whatever. And then you have the second type. Players that are obsessed with football, even in their free times. Legends like Thierry Henry, Lionel Messi, and more recently, Kylian Mbappe. Those players, they absolutely love the game. I think it was Thierry Henry. He would spend his time watching games, even amateur games. He wanted to see all the games he could possibly see when he was off. I heard that Lionel Messi is quite similar, and so is Kylian Mbappe. And that's the difference. That's why we pay tickets to go see the games, and we pay those expensive subscriptions to watch them online. Now, just imagine a world where we only get the first type. The players are like, oh, this is just a job. And, they do the bare minimum. That would be so boring. Well, similarly, just imagine a YouTube where all the content creators don't like the content they're creating. They feel depressed and they basically do things because they have to do it. It's just like you want a promotion at work and your boss tells you, hey, if you don't bring me my coffee every day at 8:13 a.m. precisely, you're not going to get a promotion ever. Just imagine a YouTube like that. That would be so boring, right? Well, unfortunately, that's where it's heading. And I really hope that this is going to resonate with the higher powers in YouTube management. Not that I think that they will see this video because, let's face it, I have 2 views. One is mine and one is probably a family member. But I hope more videos come out where people are going to tell YouTube, hey, it started as a great platform. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love YouTube. I think YouTube is a godsend. Some people don't realize how good YouTube is. But when you know the pre-YouTube era and you see what we can do now, we can live stream, YouTube is a godsend. But that being said, it's taking a direction that is not good. Because like I said, the game is rigged. People create content because they have to create this type of content. Otherwise, they don't get promoted. And then, they make money with brand deals because they don't make enough with views and AdSense. So basically, they tell lies about, oh, you should buy this product when they know they wouldn't buy the product themselves. And if you're a content creator and you're ethical, it's gonna wear on you. You're gonna feel bad. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, okay, now I have the views, I make the money, but I just lied to an audience of how many million people about this product that I hate, and I had to pretend I like it. And maybe, it's the 50th time this year that I'm doing the same thing. If you're ethical, it wears on your conscience. Now, the third issue is about your environment, namely your family, your friends. Because if you're not into content creation, you don't know how it feels to be in content creation. Before I created my first videos, I thought, hey, a 10-minute video takes 10 minutes or maybe 20 minutes to make. It must be easy. It looks like easy peasy. Boy, was I wrong. And a lot of people think like that. But if you're a content creator and you live with someone, you have a family, you have kids, or even your friends, they want to understand why you're going to work one full week, 14 hours per day to create a 12-minute video. They're going to think you're nuts. And let's say you're with your significant other, you go on holidays, but still you have to work, a few hours per day, and you have to constantly check the stats and, okay, you need to shoot some B-roll. They're going to resent you for this. Maybe they're going to find it cute the first time, but, the more it happens, they're going to hate it. And before you even go on holidays, they would tell you things like, hey, don't bring your camera. I don't want to hear about that YouTube thing. And that adds to the pressure of the YouTuber. And those big content creators, they talked about it in their goodbye videos. They say it's been 10 years. They could never appreciate the holidays. And one thing is for sure, the one thing you can never get once you lose it is time. You can get money back, you can get some friends back, you can make new friends, but the time you lost, you cannot get it back. You can have new experiences for sure. But if for 10 years you were just working and you didn't even see your kid grow, you're like, one day you're in your house and like, hey, who are you? It's your kid. You don't even know what they look like because you were stuck editing on Final Cut Pro. So that's also why it adds to the burnout of these big content creators, and you cannot blame them. If you're not a content creator, you don't understand. But just imagine at your job, at your current work, instead of working 8 hours per day, just double that. And also work Saturday and Sunday and on all your holidays for 10 years. How would that feel? Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you that I would mention one of these creators that I think really nailed it and is taking the best approach. Actually, I could even say two. The first one is Matt D'Avella, because he just said he's downsizing. Basically, he's firing his team, not because they're bad, because he's friends, if I believe what he said in the video, with most of them, but it's because he wants to simplify his life. And I'm not going to blame him, because on another level, I also decided to simplify mine. So I completely understand. And I actually love working alone or with a very small team. I really love that. And he's taking that direction because he wants to go back to how simple his life was and maybe reconnect with the pleasure of creating content and maybe do things differently. That doesn't say you cannot hire someone, but just means don't hire a 10 or 20 people team and, start becoming a manager if you're not the manager at core, basically. But the one that really nailed it for me is Ali Abdaal. Ali Abdaal, he didn't say he was quitting. He just made an update video for the end of the year or beginning of the new year, the 45 minutes video. And in the video, he explains that basically he realized that he doesn't want to take the same path that I just explained. Now, he didn't exactly say it like this, but what I grasped from the video was that he now has options to not having to work all the time. So basically, he's going to downsize his team and he will publish whenever he wants. So he didn't say he's going to stop or quit. He just said, hey, I'm going to go on a world tour. So basically, let's face it, he's a millionaire. He can now go, travel the world, take some time and create videos when he wants. And I bet you some of these videos are going to be much better because honestly, I stopped watching Ali Abdaal the last few years because everything was so perfect. And you could see it was like a surgeon, everything is made so perfectly. And I know that behind the scenes, there are content creators writing for him. And it's not really him creating the videos anymore. He's the face of the videos, but maybe he has the main IDs, but it's not really him. Whereas in this video, it was just like a talking head like this one. He was just talking and basically saying, what's been going on in the business and all of that. And then he just said, well, I will publish when I want. And he was transparent. He said, there's a few videos that were already ready, so we're going to publish them. And then his new book is coming out. So he's just going to publish videos for, the marketing of the book, but basically we publish when you want. And that actually makes me want to watch him again. Because like I said, I stopped watching him these last years because it felt not real. Whereas now I hope that I will see a video where, I don't know, he's in a remote country and maybe he discovers a new passion. So Ali, if you see this video, just know that I might watch your videos again and I know that's going to change your life. I know you were waiting on that statement from me because you couldn't sleep knowing that I'm not watching your videos. Let's face it. Now, what I liked about his video is that it wasn't dramatic. He was just explaining things and he wasn't saying, oh, I'm quitting, because he said, yeah, I'm just going to take a step back, come back with more energy, maybe do something different and just do it when I enjoy. So I hope he's going to keep his word, stay true to his statement, but I have no power over the future. But basically, out of all those goodbye videos, even though this one technically is not really a goodbye, this is the one I really preferred. So that's it. And if you stick up to here, well, congrats. I hope to see you in the next one, and let's make YouTube great again.